Hello everyone. So are you ready to become a certified real estate agent under the Maharashtra Real Estate Regulatory Framework? At REMI, or I should call it the Real Estate Management Institute, as an authorized training partner for Maharashtra Agent Training Program, we have trained thousands of aspiring real estate professionals like you who are now confidently working in the market with proper legal knowledge, compliance clarity, and structured selling skills. But every successful certified agent starts with one important step, that is, correctly filling the MahaRERA examination form. And before that, completing your official training is equally important. After attending our Maharashtra agent training sessions at REMI, we issue a training completion certificate with a unique identity number. This unique number is mandatory and must be entered correctly while filling your MahaRERA examination form. So in this video, we are going to talk and guide you step by step on how to fill the MahaRERA examination registration, and that will include where and how to use your training certificate details too. Because remember, this is not just about filling a form. This is about becoming a really legally compliant, building credibility in the market, gaining client trust, and very important, unlocking bigger earning opportunities in real estate. So watch this video carefully, follow each step, and take your first official step toward becoming a certified real estate professional. So what are you waiting for? Let's begin. Alright, so we are already on the official website of the Maharashtra Real Estate Regulatory Authorities. So I had earlier opened, so I just want to restart and show you again. So I'm opening a new tab and I'm gonna enter the website, that is maharashtra.maharashtra.gov.in. This is the official website and you enter on the same link. So you have to go on the real estate agent tab. There you will see at the left hand side where it is mentioned as an agent training. There at the third link is agent exam registration. You simply click on that and you will see a new page that will look like this. Okay, you will see the subject as in TCS. You have to click here to come on that page. It will tell you that they are gonna take you on the external website. Just proceed with it by clicking on yes, and there will be a new tab which gonna open. And trust me, this complete website is compatible with Chrome, and it is also compatible with Firefox. It is also compatible with your Internet Explorer too. So any website or any browser that you wish to start with, you can do that. So here is the page that will look alike. So you have general link, that is new registration, already registered, then you have to log in. The key dates are mentioned here as in like start date and end date. For the phase 9, it is mentioned the start date is from 2nd March 3 p.m. They had started taking the exam registration request, and they're gonna end the application request on 1st April 2026 by the time as in 11 hours 59 minute p.m. So here it is also important, you can, if in case you are finding any difficulties, if you are finding any sort of technical issue which you feel that needs to be addressed, you can simply call on this number and you can get your issue resolved. Okay, here it is mentioned their working hours too. Okay, so you can go ahead. So let's begin. We will start with the new registration. We will click on the new registration. You have an option to either continue with Marathi or English. I would prefer to keep it with Marathi itself, and if you like to do it with English, you can do it. Then there will be an acceptance or your consent that you have to say it as I agree. Okay, and you will see a page like this. Okay, now you have to keep it very simple, and there are certain instructions before you fill in the complete examination request application. And you know, you need to go through this all the asterisk mark or star mark as mandatory. All right, so you need to keep those information ready, and it's very simple, trust me guys, it's very simple. It hardly takes you 10 minutes, 10 around 15-20 minutes approximately for you to register this. But make sure that after successful registration you will receive your user ID and password to the registered mobile number and email ID. So make sure that the email ID and the mobile number you are using a same, and something which is you are accessing or which are accessible to you, because there are times when people they just entered randomly the mobile number and then they feel like this was just for the sake of giving a number. It is not just for the sake of giving a number, but it is very important that number has to be accessible, because there will be a lot of crucial information that will be communicated to you on that registered email address and the mobile number itself. So make sure that you are keep those email ID and the mobile number very handy. All right, let's move ahead. So I'm gonna fill it with my credentials and my name. All right, so I'm gonna enter my first name as in Dayal, that's my name. Now here you do not see any asterisk mark like this here, so middle name, if you wish to add it you can, if you don't that's okay, I do not wish to. Then I'm gonna put up my last name, which is very much important. See here, it is red mark given, so you have to fill that. Now it comes as in date of birth. Okay, so you have to click on this calendar option, which you can see here. Again, it's an asterisk mark, so it is very important. So you click on the calendar. I'm sure that people, those who are older than 2008, just simply click on this. You will see here. You can again click on the year and you will see basically a range. All right, so I'm little bit older, so I'm gonna take back 1990 January is when I born, and this is 22nd date, so my date of birth is 22nd January 1990 is the time when I was born. So it will show you the year or your age as well. Do not go with that, that's okay. Then you come in here as in like gender or link. Okay, so you need to enter your gender. Now it says candidate mother's name, umedwaraचे आईचं नाव. So I'm gonna enter my my mother's name, which is this. Again, there is another thing which is asterisk mark, which is says candidate's father's name, which is umedwaraचे वडिलांचे नाव. So I'm gonna enter my dad's name. Then you have a mobile number. As I said earlier, you need to keep those number very accessible, so enter that number itself which you can access. Alright, so I'm gonna enter the number. Then you have to confirm mobile number, मोबाईलची क्रमांकाची पुष्टी करा. So I'm gonna re-enter the number, so there is nothing that I miskeyed. Alternate number, if you wish to give it you can, if you do not that's okay. Now just to show you again, okay, what happens if I miskeyed the number. So my number is there, but I'm just doing a random wrong filling, so that how the logic is working we will understand. See, there is a pop-up, there is an alert saying that the confirmed mobile number does not match with the mobile number. So it says this number and this number was not matching. So I have to again enter the correct number. Yes, it has taken, so both the numbers are same. Now email ID, so I'm gonna enter my email ID. Do not enter any email ID which you cannot access. Reconfirm your email address. So I'm gonna again put my same email ID which I have handy with me. Fill in your PAN card number, so I'm gonna add my PAN card number. Alright, but then you have to enter the name that appears on your PAN card. So I am putting my name that is there on the PAN card. Examination registration, the MahaRERA is given you an option to select your preference center, which is would be three centers that is there. Alright, you get a preferences choice 1, preferences choice 2, preferences choice 3. So you get the district level preferences. Alright, so I'm gonna take the choice as in, since I'm from Mumbai, so I'm gonna take Mumbai city first, then I'm gonna take as a second option as in Thane. Do you want me to see? I want to explore basically that what happens if I enter the Mumbai city again. So let's say I'm gonna enter Mumbai city. Oh, there's an alert. Alert says please select different test city. That means you cannot take the same preference again. Alright, so I have to change it. As of now I'm keeping it to Pune. Alright, so these are my three centers that I will would like TCS or MahaRERA to take my examination, and these are my three preferences. So then I tick on this box which is again says test center once selected will be considered for all other posts applied in case if any candidate does not get test centers as per their preference selected, then they will be provided with nearby available test center as per preference entered. Any test center change will not be entertained. So it's very simple that your examination center would be from amongst these three center, but you would not get a chance to change those center. Alright, so now there's an option to generate OTP. You have to click on that. Then there's an option to agree. You have to give your consent to. I had clicked okay, so now I have got an option that OTP. The end, please enter the image text in the text box provided and click on submit to get OTP. Okay, so I have to fill in the captcha. That's what it says. Okay, fair enough. I am clicking on submit. Kindly use OTP received on the mobile number or even the email address. Let me check my phone. Okay, I got an OTP. I'm entering the OTP, but again, as government suggests, you do not or you should not share your OTP with anyone else. So I am validating the OTP since I've already got the OTP. I'm entering the OTP. It says OTP has been validated successfully. You click on OK, then you have to click on you have to fill in the captcha again. The captcha that I'm entering, what I'm seeing in the screen. Okay, and then you click on the reverify. Okay, so my name is correct, my surname is correct, date of birth is correct, my mother's name is correct, my father's name is correct, the mobile number is correct, email address is correct. Alright, then I have to click on submit. Alright, it says the information once submitted cannot be modified. Click on OK if you have verified the information to be correct, and to submit else click close to review again and then submit. So you need to see whether the information that you have put is correct or not. If you feel that not, then you click on the close and then you review it again and then see what is the changes that you would like to do. I click on OK since everything was fine. Alright, so it says registration successfully. Registration number is this is my registration number. Please note, if for future references an email and SMS have been sent containing registration number and login ID. So I got my registration number and the ID. Let me see. Okay, alright, just for the education purpose I'm keeping, and I'm keeping it the way it is. Alright, and I'm moving with the application. So you have to click on to. Alright friends, so here is the information that once we click on to go to application, we see this information. You will see a 4 different tab, that is where personal detail which you have already filled will get migrated to this particular piece of the page. Review it. Alright, then you have a this which is very important tab, that is your certificate details. Alright, if in case you already have your MahaRERA registration number, this will applicable for those who are trying to renew their MahaRERA registration number. They need to give their RERA registration number if in case they are renewing to their existing MahaRERA registration. But if in case you are a fresh, you have not fresher or not ever, never ever you have registered and given the exam, or you do not have any, what you can call it, the RERA registration, MahaRERA registration number, then you do not have to fill in any information here. Here is your training completion certificate number that will come. Remember, at the start of the video I had told you that there will be a training completion certificate number that will get issued from us, so you need to enter that just for the training purpose, just for the education purpose. I am just keeping a dummy number here, that I'm entering random number to be very honest. Alright, so it's a 10-digit number that will come here. Alright, and here you have to enter the training institute name, that is NAREDCO REMI. You need to use this name as a training institute, that is NAREDCO REMI. Already gonna come here, which is your already PAN card detail and your name that appears on the PAN card. You just simply click on the save and you move ahead with this, and you will see a pop-up saying that data saved successfully. You click on OK. So by default the additional detail tab will get open and this tab will get green because the rest of the information you have already filled in. So here it says RUPWBD, that is person with benchmark disability with at least 40% disability. If in case you have any disability, you can click yes. We do not have it, then we're gonna simply click on no. If in case you have it yes, so what happens, moment you click on yes, there will be another piece of information that you have to fill in. Alright, so percentage of disability, types of disability, do you want a wheelchair support, do you want a scriber, that is basically someone who can write. If in case people who do not have those who are handicapped cannot write or something, they have this sort of a disability. I should not say those words, but yeah, if in case anyone has any disability, so and they want someone who can write on behalf of that, so you can ask for that. Then you have do you need compensatory time at the time of examination, परीक्षेच्या वेळी अतिरिक्त वेळेची गरज आहे का. So this sort of information that gonna pop up if in case you have a disability, but in our case we do not have it, so we click on no and we click on save and go next. Again the pop-up will come as in like data saved successfully. Okay, so now we are at the page where we need to give the address. I have already entered one address which I am gonna change it just for the education and the training purpose. So just giving your correspondence, you need to give your correspondence address. Alright, so that is why you need to pay attention to this. As of now I'm just keeping an address of REMI for the sake of training, since it's a part of our institute. So I'm putting 05 REMI ground floor evergreen building. Okay, evergreen building, Shakti Mill Lane, Mahalakshmi. Alright, so see, that is how it takes. Now you move to country, definitely India, and then you come to state or union territory. So as of now that will definitely gonna come Maharashtra. Then there is a district. So you, as per your correspondence address, you need to select your district. I am keeping it as Mumbai city itself, and then I have to enter the pin code. So here the pin code is, I'm just giving it the pin code as in like 05C, and then this come as in like key is the permanent address, same as correspondence address. So as of now I'm keeping it yes. Alright, because when you do it no, you need to give another address, permanent address. Alright, so I'm keeping it yes for the training purpose. Do not quote me on that too. Then we move, click on save, and we go, come, the pop-up comes saying data saved successfully. Click on OK, and then there is a tab for this. Alright, so we have come to our last piece of our registration where we need to upload our documents. So your photo is something that you have to record, you have to upload here. Alright, so you can capture your live photo by clicking here, and it will see a capture photograph. You can click on here, and you can get your photo click, or you can click on here and you can drag and upload your photo here too. I would recommend to do both so that the requirement is fulfilled. At the second hand information, you need to upload the document with the minimum size, that is 80 KB, and maximum size of 200 KB. Only JPEG and JPEG, or probably we call it as a JPG format, images will be captured. So make sure that the images is in the same requirement which has been given. I know this would be difficult because nowadays we are having our smartphones, and smartphone generally capture photo of approximately on an average of 1 MB, to be very honest, because people have 200 megapixel, 50 megapixel, and n number of pixels phones that they have. Alright, good quality camera phones. So if in case you have those, you can use online, and you can take a help of online, and you can compress that file to the requirement of the size that has been given for the photo. Then you have a upload scan signature. You have to take a white paper, you have to sign on it, and you need to capture the photo. Again, everything has been given in the size. There is already size that is given. Now you see here there is an I option. You need to just hover on that, and that will give you the requirement what website can take. So again, the same, it has been given like minimum of 80 KB and maximum of 200 KB. Alright, in the format of JPEG and JPEG format itself only. Alright, then you have a upload your training certificate that will come from us. We used to share the e-certificate on the registration or registered email address that you have registered with us, but nowadays we have been sharing a link on which you can simply click and you can verify your certificate. I'm gonna also show you how that looks. Let me show you. So you simply go on the REMI's website, that is remi.edu.in. You will come on this website. You see here that is your verified certificate. Click on that. There will be a page like this. You can simply enter your certificate number. If in case you have, you can get your student ID from the enrollment confirmation email that you get from the REMI team, or your name too. Alright, hypothetically you can just enter your name, you click on submit, you get a page here from where you can just, there will be a QR code, you can scan that QR code and you can download your certificate. Alright, so this is that easy digitalized way of getting your training certificate, training completion certificate. The moment you get that, you click on here, you upload that. Alright, again there is a requirement that document needs to be with the size of minimum 100 KB and the maximum should be of 2 MB. file format has been given, that is JPG, JPEG and PDF. Alright, so you need to use that size and those format only. Last, you come on the PAN card detail. You need to upload your PAN card with the same requirement of 100 KB, maximum of 2 MB, with the same PDF, JPEG and JPG format. Alright, so moment you upload the documents, there will be that payment detail will come on the screen. You click, your name will be appear, there will be registration fees that will come on that. Alright, and then you have to give your declaration. So I've already clicked on that tabs, but I'm gonna show you again. Alright, you have to read those consent before you give it. Alright, because this sort of information is very much important. If in case you give any sort of false information, you will face the consequences of that too. Alright, so I've already read, but I recommend everyone that read the complete piece of information before you give your consent. Alright, so that is already there. I'm just clicking on the tick box because I've already read all sort of information. That is reason why I'm giving a consent here. And then the last, that I agree. Alright, then you enter the captcha, which I'm doing right now because I have not uploaded any sort of documents. That is the reason why this is not gonna capture it. Alright, once the moment you upload your document and everything, you can simply click on preview and you can view all. You can see the test center, certificate number, certificate institute name, training certificate or training institute name, your additional detail wherein we talk about disability, your correspondence address, your permanent address, your amount that you need to pay, your declaration and everything. Alright, so that is where your preview is. The moment you do, then you have to click on submit. If I'll do it, it's not gonna accept it since the documents have not been uploaded. This is the video I'm making it just for the sake of training. That is the reason why I am just ending my video here. Alright, so I hope this process is and trust me, it's very easy to do it. Alright, so no problem with that. Okay, anyone who is little bit tech savvy definitely will be able to do it. If in case you face any difficulty, common search engines are already there. You can take a help of that, and definitely you will be able to. After this training or after this video, I am 110% sure that you will be able to do it by your own. You do not require any third-person intervention. Alright, so that's all everyone. Thank you very much for a great time and have a great day ahead. Thank you.